Every man remembers the moment he realized he wasn't ready.
I didn't know what I was responsible for. I didn't know, I didn't know how to do it.
We step into fatherhood carrying questions that were never answered and trying to fill shoes no one ever taught us to walk in.
Cost and worth are different, but to me it was worth it because of what we are, who I'm becoming, who she's becoming.
Fatherhood doesn't just demand sacrifice, it demands transformation.
I've seen you make sacrifices. I've seen you say no to things because you had to be a father.
Being a man isn't just about what you do, it's about what you're willing to give up.
I'm tired of men walking into fatherhood, walking into marriage, not really understanding what it's going to cost them.
Healing doesn't start when you have kids. It starts when you confront the boy inside of you.
The more I parent my children, the more I realize I'm a better father than I am anything.
Yeah.
But I don't give my children the same grace I give myself.
Man, Glenn Henry, people know you as Beleaf. I know you as my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
And I want to get straight into it, man. 4 children.
Yeah.
15 years of marriage to my sister. My only sister.
Amazing person.
Oh, no, she is the one.
Yes. Yes.
But I want to ask you this question straight up, bro. I've seen you over the last 15 years. What has fatherhood and marriage cost you as a man?
So I think individually, I think that it has cost me, I've had to decrease myself. So because my wife met me at such a young age, and I didn't have dreams, goals, like I didn't really know what I was doing except for rhyming my little butt off.
Yeah.
We kind of had to make who we were becoming together.
Okay.
And so a percentage of myself, I feel like I had to silence in order to be responsible. Because I married someone before, I kind of started my career.
Okay.
And so when people talk about like, oh, I don't want to get married until I'm successful, I don't want to have kids until I'm ready.
Yeah.
Like I understand that.
Yeah.
Like I understand the push why, they don't want to do that. But there's something really important about growing that together. The problem is I'm not just experiencing my wife as a grown woman. I'm also experiencing her inner child from her family of origin, which you know very well.
Yes.
And so a lot of the things that she had seen wouldn't allow me fully to become who I was without recognizing some of the fears and concerns she had. So as soon as I would turn it up and get excited, I have to dim it back down because of, you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of adjustment. So I would say that being a father has cost me, being a husband has cost me, it has cost me momentum.
Momentum?
Yeah. Because, and this is not for everybody. I'm just saying what it cost me. I don't, because I hadn't seen fatherhood and marriage close up. And this is like my big issue is that we don't show enough. I didn't know what I was responsible for. I didn't know, I didn't know how to do it. So I submitted to my wife's understanding or her fear or whatever, just so I wasn't overwhelming her or whatever. You know what I mean? So, it did cost me a lot, but cost and worth are different.
That's good.
Right? So it cost me a lot.
Okay.
But to me, it was worth it because of what we are, who I'm becoming, who she's becoming. The connection and the closest we have now is worth more than the cost. Right? Because you can get momentum back. You can, change your dreams. Your dreams can be different. But like who I am because of who she's called out of me. Like she called out of me something. You know what I'm saying? And so not a lot of men need that, but it costs me, it costs a lot, but it's worth more.
I've seen you make sacrifices. I've seen you say no to things because you had to be a father. I've seen you say no to things because you had to be a husband. And even watching you, watching like even like my best friend, Pastor Stephen Chandler, man, I think that is one of my biggest fears. Is like, what is marriage and fatherhood going to cost me?
Yeah.
Not that it's stopping me from getting it, but it is like, dang, I've built a lot.
You have.
And I'm like, God, I know it's going to cost me something, but I wish God would tell me now, what will it cost me, bro?
Yeah. Well, see, the perfect thing is I have this book.
Yes.
Father Yourself First.
Yes.
And this is...
Put it right here. Yeah, there we go. Right there. Yeah,
Father Yourself First.
Yeah.
I'm tired of men walking into fatherhood, walking into marriage, not really understanding what it's going to cost them. And the one thing that I want to say is that you are no longer the individual, the child, the inner child. You are now someone that needs to be fathered by the Father. You know what I mean? And so I recognize that the more I parent my children, the more I realize I'm a better father than I am anything.
Yeah.
But I don't give my children the same grace I give myself.
Wow.
Right? So I need to give the same grace to myself as I give my children. So the question was, what is it going to cost you?
Yeah.
And I think most men think my things, my ability, my dreams, I want to hold on. You start to like, well, I need somebody who's going to understand me.
Yeah.
I think it's different for you, Anthony. You have been successful for a long time. You have tons of mentors. You have tons of community. You have tons of examples, but you also have your quirks. Now, I'm brother-in-law. I know Anthony better than y'all do. Anthony goes to sleep early. Anthony got a bedtime. He the only man I know that got a bedtime.
Yo, you text me. I was like, bro, I'm in the bed.
Now, it's going to cost you that.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, you being tired is nobody's concern, nobody's business. No one cares. Right? But that's not a bad thing.
Facts, yeah.
That's just something that you're kind of like, oh, well, I didn't realize I could be tired of my emotions. Like you discover new ways to be like, oh, I didn't know I had feelings here.
Yeah.
Right? And so a lot of men would be like, hey, I don't do that. I'm not going to be effective if I do that. Like take no disrespect, love the cutest couple, Nelly and Ashanti.
Yeah.
Nelly was like, I'm not changing no diapers. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what he said. Like I'm not doing that. That's not what I do.
You're going to have to change.
You're going to have to change some diapers, right? But the thing is, it's not because of that's not something I don't do. It is because there's work for you in there that is only for you to discover.
Yeah. Right.
There's a connection with, the security and protection you have for your child that only you can discover. It's like when I didn't want Theo to cut off his hair and he had long dreads. And I thought I knew everything about the kid. And I cut off his hair and I found a birthmark on the back of his head. I didn't even know he had it. Wow. As soon as I cut off his hair, the boy started playing hockey and smiling bigger and running faster, right? Like, so there's work for you in fatherhood that is only knitted for you. And so instead of saying, what is it going to cost me? You think about what is it worth?
Yeah.
How valuable is it?
Yeah.
Right. And so, I would implore you to, let go of all things, right? That you think, oh man, because it's not going to cost you this.
Right.
Your wife is going to meet you here,
right,
and say, hey, I know what you do. I respect what you do. I know this is your business, but we're going to have to cut that in half, essentially, because you're going to need to make time for, her, and you guys want to make babies or whatever the situation is.
Yeah. Real quick, fam, man, this conversation with my brother-in-law is so important. I want to take a break to just encourage you all to take mental health seriously. As we're going into 2026, please get a copy of his book. Again, it's going to be inside the show notes. But once you get a copy of his book, I want you to consider 3 therapy sessions. Go to anthonyoneal.com/therapy. Again, that is anthonyoneal.com/therapy. Because I think as fathers and even as mothers and even as sons, as daughters, as just people in general, our greatest asset is our mind. You all know me, I say mind your business, because your mind is your business. And if this is not right, you can't be a father. If this is not right, you can't be an effective mother. If this is not right, you can't build really anything of substance, because we're always battling up here. And the truth is, all of us, whether you're making $5 an hour to $5,000 an hour, we're still all battling something. So as we are having this conversation today, amazing conversation with my brother-in-law, Glenn, please hear me clearly. Take your mental health seriously. Do me a favor. Go to anthonyoneal.com/therapy. Do this for yourself. Do this for your family. Do it for the people you love. And I promise you, you'll thank yourself later. Let's get back to the show. But go to anthonyoneal.com/therapy. You're the author of this brand new book, man, and you've been working on this for a while.
A long time.
And it's called Father Yourself First. Everything you need to become the father your family deserves.
Yeah.
In a season of, and correct me if I'm wrong, because you are a father. I was reading and I found a study to where we have a lot of fathers who are not present in their children's lives for whatever reasons. I don't know particular.
Say the whole thing. Are you saying black fathers?
Black fathers.
All right, let's say the whole thing. Let's get to the nitty gritty, because I don't want nobody to be confused.
Yeah. You know, and I'm like, and it bothers me because my situation is different. You know, I have two fathers who were very active in my life. And so when I hear that and I see that, I'm like, I can't relate to that because my fathers were active. You can't relate to that as far as in being a father because you've been there from day one. You know, why this book, bro? When you're a present father, why this book, Father Yourself First?
I was talking to, every Saturday morning, I open Zoom and I just have black men come in and fall apart. Wow. They can say anything. All they have to do is be black men who want to be fathers. They can be fathers, not fathers yet. I don't care. Just black men.
Right.
As Charlie Kirk said, black fatherhood got a problem. So the homies meet me 7 a.m. PST.
Yes, sir.
On Zoom. Okay. So I sit there and I'm in the meeting and I say, hey, how many of you guys can be 100% of yourselves in your home? And everyone said no. And one guy was like, man, he was in his garage, in his car, because he was like, I don't even want my wife to hear what I'm saying. You know, and I think about how many fathers are better fathers than they are men. We live life, right? As black fathers, we live life in a way that is like, yo, I'm going to pour everything into my children because of what I experienced. Right. And especially millennials. Millennial dads are killing the game.
Okay.
And, you know, we watch men kind of shuffle throughout life, pouring everything into their children. And then we treat ourselves as if we're not even a part of our own families.
Wow.
You know? And so my big issue was that, you know, I'm talking to my therapist and I'm sitting there like, bro, like, you know, he watches me interact with my kids and he'll say something about it. And I'm like, he's like, bro, why do you give more grace to your children than you give to yourself? How come you don't allow yourself to fail just like you allow your kids? Are you not human? And I was just like, I am, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know why I do that. He was like, man, I think you deserve that. And I think for a long time, I was expecting my dad to show up in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Or my mom, they like kind of like, now they get it. You know, and I realized that I am the father I respect.
That's good.
Like I am him.
Okay.
Not in an arrogant way,
right?
But like, no, I really am someone that is intentional with my words, my time, how my children think. If I tell them something and they react in their face, I go, what is that expression? Let's talk about it. What's going on? Am I tripping? Maybe I'm off. Let me know. Right. Can I do better? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I am that. Right. And then you get to a point now where we're, you know, I'm 40. You, I'm not going to say your age. I don't know if you.
I'm 41.
Okay, 41. All right. So we are now in a space where our parents are looking at us, you know, and we're kind of the role models.
Absolutely.
Right. And so I was talking to my therapist. I'm like, bro, like my dad has me in a way that I've never had him. And I'm jealous. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm jealous.
Yeah.
So, and I go, bro, I think I need help because I feel like this is immaturity in me. I shouldn't act like this. He was like, nah, bro, both things can be true. You can mourn for that.
Yep.
But at the same time, who better than you?
Right.
Right. And so
that's good.
As much as I look up to myself as a father, I want to look up to myself as a man the same way. I deserve that love.
Right.
And so, man, the book is really important, but Black fatherhood is even more important to me. They say, in slavery, during slavery, they ripped the families apart. Okay. They took the men and they sold them, took the children, they sold them, they breeded us. They separated the family.
Facts.
They knew the damage it would do.
Facts.
They also knew the power it held about a family, a connected group. And so right now we have so many diaspora wars. We have, the gender wars, in the Black community. I'm just kind of like, yo, we need to get back to focusing on the leader of the home. And that's really the men, you know what I'm saying? In most homes, and calling them to be men of integrity, men of character, but also men that can be a light in the community.
Do you believe Charlie Kirk's statement as far as when we have a problem in the Black fatherhood?
Hell no. I believe that no one ever says the same statistics for Mexican people. No one ever talks about white fathers.
Right.
No one ever talks about, how many children are left to be groomed.
Facts.
In all these different communities.
Facts.
No one ever talks about that. It's always Black people. It's always us.
Yeah.
Right? And then we overparent when we Deion Sanders. Then we overparent when we Richard Williams.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? We overparent when we LeVar Ball.
When you're a present father.
When you're active, present, and protecting, but ain't nobody saying nothing about all the white dads pulling the strings, Peyton Manning and all them people. Daddies pulling strings behind the scenes, getting their
into Harvard.
Oh man, LeBron James' son I didn't even heard of nepotism until I started seeing Black people succeed.
That's crazy.
So I'm like, all right, you need a subject to pick on.
That's crazy.
But you know what I'm saying? Like that's the problem. It's like everybody wants to pick on Black people, but nobody wants to like allow us to be ourselves. They want to tell our own stories. They don't want us to write our stories. They don't want us to lead roles. Remember back in the day, we used to have all these Black films,
yes.
Best Man, The Wood, all that stuff. Where is all of that now?
We ain't seeing it.
We ain't seeing it no more, right? So they're trying to take our stories away. Yeah. They're trying to take the narrative away because they've been talking about Black fatherhood for years.
Ooh.
That's all they've been talking about. But I'm gonna tell you this: if it wasn't for the Black father I seen, Chris Hale, my best friend as a kid, Sidney Hale, who's in the hospital right now. Yeah. He was the proof of Black fatherhood for me. I never seen this. My dad lived in California, my mom in Baltimore.
Yeah.
We lived on the top floor. Sidney Hale and his family lived on the bottom floor. And I never seen a man play with his children, embrace his children, tell him, I love you, son. He would even embrace me. I love you, Glenn. Call me Dr. Glenn. My whole life, he's been a pseudo father for me. And so, there are good fathers out there. We just need more proof.
And here's my thing, and I like how you said that. I think there are more good fathers than there are bad fathers. Just the bad fathers, unfortunately, make all the noise.
They make the news.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's like let's go here. You've built a brand off of fatherhood, and we've seen you get attacked for having my nephews and niece online.
Yeah.
But it's like, as an uncle, I never saw it as a problem because you're being the example that Black men need to see.
Proof.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I want to talk about that. Like, why is that such an issue today for people who say, Glenn, you shouldn't have Theo, Uriah, Anaya, and Uzi online?
There are three things, right? So there's a big push between, it's called sharingting.
Sharingting.
Sharingting. It's parenting, but you're sharing everything. And so it's a really valid argument.
Okay.
Right? So they, whoever the hell that is, have decided that sharingting is bad.
Okay, wait. Do you think they are the Black they or the white they? Or do you think it'd be a mixture of both?
Okay, so now you're talking to a conspiracy theorist. I think it's the white. You know what I'm saying? But I know that there's a thing. Now, here's what I think. So there's a big push. Sharenting, they're saying don't do it because it can expose your child's location and people can harm them.
Okay.
Kids can, there's identity theft, right? People can steal your kid's identity and say things and say they did things. And there's also a AI deepfake where people can put them into sexual content, right? These are the big things, right? The big no-nos. So, right. So what people are saying is that don't share your kids because of fear of these things.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I completely understand that. People come at me with those same arguments.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm a little bit different. I'm a digital storyteller.
Yes.
My kids have acted in, nationally syndicated commercials, Super Bowl commercials, all that stuff, right? So we have a little bit of a different thing, but even still, it's kind of gives me like, don't do this because there are bad people out there,
mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Which also is kind of like the same argument when, women want to dress how they want to dress. And then they're like, well, men are don't dress like that if you don't want that type of attention.
Facts.
That's not fair. So now we're saying that children's faces are now somehow, it's danger to put them out there.
Mm-hmm.
Valid point. You know what I'm saying? I'll let y'all have that. Who is responsible then for telling the story of the children? Are we going to give that all over to AI? Are we going to give it over to the media conglomerates?
Yeah.
Who's running that, right? Are we not allowed to tell our own stories,
Yes.
right? So then it's like, all right, like I completely understand the argument, but let's not front and think that we are concerned about children, because that's what it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like everybody is like, we got to protect the kids,
Mm-hmm.
but ain't nobody say nothing when they was voting for 47.
Ooh.
You understand me? So if you really wanted to protect kids, you would vote differently. Man, I don't think you will be able to put this one up. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to protect kids, you would move differently. There will be a lot of people in your family that ain't outside. You understand me? There will be a lot of uncles in jail.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you really wanted to protect kids. So I'm like, let's call it what it is.
Yeah.
There's something trying to control how stories are being told,
Okay.
how things are being shared. Now, with all that being said, there are some yucky people out there who are exposing their kids for whatever reason, just for likes, just for shares, just for attention.
Facts.
I don't think that's right. You know what I'm saying? But I can't tell somebody how to do that.
Right.
But now they're trying to say it's naughty and it's cancelable
Right.
to, post your children online.
Wow.
So I respect it. You know what I'm saying? I lost a lot of followers just because people just kind of woke up to being like, yeah, this is wrong.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm okay with that.
Right.
But some people wouldn't even have kids if they didn't see us.
No.
You know what I mean? Like there are people that kind of like, yo, you proved to me that I could be a parent.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, which is good for society because we have good people having good babies, making the communities better.
Yeah.
It changes the world. You know what I'm saying? So we need more proof, but at the same time, you want us not to share our authentic stories. And then it's like, bro, we grew up watching, shows that inspired us. You know what I'm saying?
Like family shows.
Exactly.
With kids.
Exactly. Right. You know how many, people went to college because of A Different World in the Cosby Show. You know what I'm saying?
Family Matters.
Family Matters. You know what I'm saying? Fresh Prince, even though it was like a fairy tale. Like, even Martin, you know what I'm saying? But everybody doesn't live, in the Cosby Show or the Good Times. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not, there's a medium, regular, ashy, black, beautiful, whimsical, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a regular life out there that should be publicized because we watched Seinfeld. I had no problems.
Zero.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and they snatched living singles from us. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's up? My name is Glenn Henry. I just dropped this book, Father Yourself First, and I'm so glad to put it into your hands. I never wanted to be a father until I saw proof of good fatherhood. And then once I started being a father, I realized I deserve the same love, grace, and support my children had. So if you know any man that is becoming a father, not a father yet, or maybe not had enough proof of good fatherhood, buy this book for them. Thank you so much.
And here's the thing, without putting, your family, our family out there, your children's financial future is different because of the foundation that you've built.
Absolutely.
Your kids are going to be way ahead than how we started out, how Yvette started out, how my other brother John started out. It's like when I look at my nephews and Lise, because of belief in fatherhood and because of the foundation that you've laid, their financial futures, as long as what you and Yvette give, what I give them with their 529s, you know, it's like their future is set. And I'm like, how can we knock that?
Bro, let me tell you something. Not only are their future set financially,
Right.
their minds are set. Do you understand my son watched Mighty Ducks one time? He bought his own rollerblades, brought his own hockey stick at 7 years old, went to the backyard and started shooting.
Bro.
We went to the community. We got him in a little hockey league.
Right.
He looked crazy as I don't know what because none of his gear fit.
Yeah.
He started playing.
Yeah.
Got a little nice.
Yeah.
Do you know that the NHL brought the Stanley Cup to my living room?
Bro.
And put it in front of my son, and he thinks different. I watched the trophy shine off his face.
Wow.
You know my dad's been a hockey fan for years. Just skipped the generation. I could care less. My dad got to see it as well. Wow. You know, we went to the
I'm about to say, didn't they fly y'all out?
We went to game 3 of the NHL final because of the storytelling ability. Now you got a kid unlocked thinking, yeah, of course. Ryan's like, when are we gonna meet Steph Curry?
Facts.
And I's like, man, I want to meet Simone Biles. When is this happening, Dad? You got to understand, they think we are in proximity because of what we've done.
Yes.
So, excuse me if I shine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead. Like, light is gonna shine anyway. Even if I'm not posting it on camera.
Right.
When I walk through the city, walk through the neighborhood, people are attracted to light.
Yes.
They see how our kids interact.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, I'm not interested in living in fear. I can't do that.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
No. And I want to encourage you because I have seen you kind of maneuver, you know, and I think I respect you even more for that, you and Yvette, because now it's like you get consent from the kids.
Yeah, we have the consent meetings.
You have the consent meetings.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think that's important because now it's like, okay, but it's like this, man, and again, I don't have kids, so correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like belief in fatherhood. We don't have good examples with Black men being fathers. You did something that 90% of Black men would not do. You stayed home to raise your Black boys while your wife went out there to work. Glenn, I don't know if I can do that. You know what I'm saying? But seeing you do it, I'm like, for my kids, when you look at your kids are smart, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're just not good kids, but they're smart kids. Man, I have, you know, a Theo and Uriah at my house for a whole week.
Yes.
A whole week. I'm working.
And you were worried.
I was worried.
Tell me why.
Because they're kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got kids by myself,
Yeah.
right? And these are not just kids. These are my blood. You know what I'm saying? These are, you know, Theo, Uriah. And I'm like, okay, how is this going to go?
Yeah.
And I would say it was so much easier because of the foundation that their parents did. But bro, how old is Uriah now? 11?
11.
He's 11. And so
Tell him what happened.
I'm about to. I was like, hey, y'all, I'm on a certain diet, so we got to cook. And Uriah was like, okay. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So we go to the store. We buy steak. Uriah's helping me pick out the stuff. And I'm like, Riot, what's up? He was like, Uncle Anthony, I cook.
Yeah.
I was like, you what? This man knows how to check the temperature of the steak. This man knows how to put the seasoning on the steak. I'm in my office and I'm like, hey, Uriah, can you check the steak? He goes out, pulls a chair up on the grill, opens it up, comes back in. Uncle Anthony, I think he needs about like 10 more minutes.
Yeah.
It's like 10 more minutes.
Yeah.
And bro, I promise you, Uriah cooked for me and Theo about 3 of those days. I never touched the food.
Yeah.
This is an 11-year-old.
Yeah.
And I'm like, my nephew can cook. And then this is what got me. This is what baffled me. And I'm like, okay, wait. This is different. And this is why I'm saying belief in fatherhood needs to be out there. It's about 10 o'clock at night. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna let y'all chill and get away with things. Cause you know, your daddy ain't here, your mom ain't here, so you be straight.
Yeah.
10 o'clock at night, I come up, the lights are on.
You like, oh, suspicious.
I'm suspicious.
Yeah.
I walk in. Tell me, why do both of them have books in their hand? No TV, no Netflix. They're reading at 10 o'clock at night without mom, without dad.
Yeah.
And I walk in, I said, y'all straight? I was like, what are you reading? And he told me the name of the book. And I was like, you like reading? And I was like, yeah. You don't like reading, Uncle Anthony? And I was like, nah.
Yeah.
I don't. And I've written books.
Yeah.
And I don't enjoy it. And I'm like, but bro, that's simply because of the father and then the mother that they have.
Yeah.
And I think that story needs to be shown, because how many parents would love for their kids at 10 years old would prefer reading than being on their iPad?
Yes. You know what's so crazy, dog? Like, you know, I realized that at some point, because Uriah is he's the hardest to connect with sometimes.
Is he?
Yeah, because Uriah's just different.
He is.
He needs a lot of hugs. Like when he came back, you ain't give him no hugs next time. He came back, he was like, "Mom, can I have a hug?" I didn't get any hugs while I was gone.
Oh,
so we gonna need the Uncle Anthony got some squeezes.
Yeah, I got to.
It's like it gotta be like 10 seconds. He wants you to squeeze him.
Okay.
So Raya has a lot of he needs like affection, overwhelming. And so because I'm not like that, like sometimes it's hard to find out ways to connect. And so I realized that each of my children are inviting me to a certain experience. And this is in the book, right? Accept the invitation. Each of my children are inviting me to connect with them. Uzi, cuddling right now. Anaya, art. She's all into art and crafts. Uriah, cooking, and Theo in the sports gaming competition.
That is definitely
right. So I'm all like I'm being invited. These invitations don't last long. They will end. So right now, the big journey me and Raya on is cooking. We love cooking, right? He's going to, he's cooked a meal for some of his favorite rappers. We spent a lot of time in the kitchen. He's about to start his own cooking show where he's rapping and cooking at the same time. That's a seed that I saw, something very small, and I'm just pulling the string. Wow. I want to get all of that out because right now I have the time, right? I can allow my desire, my ability, right? Because you might want to do something later. I don't know how to do. But right now I could teach you. So you're going to be cooking fries from scratch, burgers from scratch, steak. You're going to learn how to, saute vegetables. You know what I mean? He's, asking me about spider strainers and all types of stuff. And you know what I'm saying? Like he wants his own gear, his own apron. Like, so I'm like, yeah, of course. Yes. And because even though it gives me anxiety to let him in the kitchen, because, it's a child. Anxiety. It's a child, right? He can start a fire. I know that, the access that he has is everything to him. And so that's a gift that I can give in a way I can trust him. And it's such a beautiful thing, bro. And it's with all the kids. Theo's about to turn 13. I read a book that's also a good book by John Tyson. It's called it's called The Intentional Father. In the book, he talks about when boys turn 13, they should go on a rite of passage type of journey. Rite of passage. And so, because the only thing we celebrate is when they turn 16 and they can drive. When they turn 21, they can drink. And then after that, it's kind of like, but women, they get debutante balls and sometimes they get sweet 16. You know what I'm saying? So this year, me and Theo are going to go on an adventure, just me and him for his birthday.
That's so good.
Because I want him to understand, as he walks into manhood and, I want him to understand the power that possesses inside of him. I'm going to speak life over these kids. I want it to be normal. And there's something else I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how to do it on camera so that, God forbid, something ever happens to me, you know how to do it.
Facts.
You know how to care and love for the kids, right? You, even because I have a mentor. Yvette has a mentor that I've kind of stolen. Her name is Tico. Her husband is so good to her.
Dope.
Right? She tells me things that her husband does. And because I know who her husband is, I set up my life so that if I can support her. Right? So, we were at some event. She didn't want to get out the car because we were downtown LA. She's like, I don't know where I'm at. Right? So I went to go get her. You know what I'm saying? Because her husband would have did that.
Yes.
So that type of proof, I need to keep seeing it. I'm still trying to prove what good family looks like.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So if you have a light, where's my camera? If you have a light, you're going to have to shine it, right? You're going to have to live out loud. You're going to have to prove fathers, good mothers exist. And you're going to have to father yourself first. You know what I mean? So, yeah, bro, I'm super grateful for you. Bro. Now you, like, you know, you are proving a lot to a lot of people, right? And you give people access abundantly by bringing all these people on your platform. But, you know, I know that you're going to be a great father. I know you're going to be a great husband because all you have around you are great examples. You know what I'm saying? You surround yourself with almost a mastermind group of people who are just, you know, living well. You know what I mean? And even people that aren't so hot in one area, you're taking the good.
I sure am.
Yeah. So I'm very proud of you for that, bro.
Sure am. And man, thank you for doing that, my nephews. You know what's so funny? When I was working for Ramsey Solutions, the guy that was leading the personality team impacted my life tremendously. Mm-hmm. His son was turning 13, and he was leaving work for 3 days. He said he and his son are going to the mountains, and they're going to talk about manhood and sexual purity. And I looked at him, I was like, sex at 13? What? And he gave me this look. You didn't have to talk with your dad at 13 about sex? I said, hell no. To be honest with you, I haven't had to talk about sex, period, with my parents until I had sex. And he pretty much gave me this conviction. He and his wife were abstaining until they got married. All of his children are virgins. I think he just had 2 of his children. I know one of them got married. She was a virgin. And I'm pretty sure his other boys are a virgin. But he was like, man, that's important to me. I will leave all this. And he, just like what you're going to do with Theo, he and his son left, went up to the mountains, and they had a Bible study about manhood and about abstaining and the importance of sex. And one of the things that he said, I was like, man, I want to do that with my son if I'm blessed to have it. Because if I could take back anything, man, I wish I would have done things differently with myself, right? But he said, I don't want to scare him. I mean, I want him to know sex is amazing, but it's amazing when you wait. And
facts.
I think that Black families, we scare our children. You're going to hell.
Keep your legs closed.
Right. You know what I'm saying? If you open your legs, you're going to hell.
You don't get an STD in your face.
Right. Yeah, you're pregnant and you don't know. You may die because of AIDS. And it's like, no, sex is amazing. But I think if someone would have educated, my sister was the only one who abstained. And I thank you for that. And we've seen your stories on that journey. Yeah. I think you experienced that journey because our parents, unfortunately, which I love our parents, didn't really educate us on sex. They didn't educate Yvette on sex. I think that we were just fear led Yvette to abstain. But then because of that fear, it impacted y'all's marriage.
Trickled in. It was a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Fear.
But also because of my impurity as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Facts, right?
But you said you and John, what happened?
But me and John, we went opposite. We just became Negroes. Let's just be honest.
Yeah,
we ran into it. Since we were pushed away from it, we pushed our way into it. But then my brother's first marriage, so I'm proud of him. He married a virgin. And he had a similar story like you. And I'm like, man, but I just think that fatherhood, as we come to the end, because we're way over time.
Yeah,
you know?
Sorry.
No. I wish we had more time, but we're trying to get to it.
I got to say something.
Yo.
I got to say something. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Because we just had the sex talk with Anaya and Uzi.
For real?
Yes.
Anaya and Uzi?
Anaya and Uzi. So
bro, they're not even 10.
No. Anaya's 8. Uzi is 5. 6, yeah. Yeah, so, you know, we have those conversations early, and we keep having them.
Wow.
Yeah.
As a father, why is that important at 5?
Well, because children need to know, one, what is healthy touch. Okay. What the importance of what sex is about. Why.
Right.
The fact that grown-ups need their own personal time to connect.
Yep.
You know, Anaya, man, it was hilarious. Actually, we were all at the dinner table, and Theo spilled the beans. Remember how John tried to spill the bean at your house a long time ago? Yeah. Theo did that exact same thing.
He did the exact same thing.
And then Anaya was like, wait, the penis comes off? How does it get in there? So, like, Like, bro, it was crazy. It was crazy, bro. So, yo, yes, bro, I got a video I'm gonna show you. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. So like, we gotta understand, like, the reason why it's important is because you want to be the first person to introduce your children to these concepts.
Facts.
If you are not, you're giving away authority to someone else.
Facts.
To teach them what's right and wrong, what's normal,
That's
right? Because my cousins told me,
Right.
and I was at 10 years old, at 10 o'clock, you will be on HBO trying to see.
Do the little screen.
Trying to see something strange. You know what I'm saying? You like, oh, that's a breast right. I think I see.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we was doing at 10 o'clock.
Facts.
My children don't have the experience. They already know. They're not curious.
Good, bro.
They're not curious. And when they ask, I tell them, hey, man, this is what happens. Yeah, some people have unnatural desires. They want to, you know what I'm saying, mess around with kids. I need you to understand, like, some people will try to convince you to give them a hug and they'll hold a hug too long. Mm-hmm. Right? They'll touch you here. Mm-hmm. They'll tell you to keep a secret. Mm-hmm. We don't keep secrets.
That's so good.
You know what I'm saying? So it's important to tell them early.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, man. I know we're going over time.
No, I think that's important. That's a whole nother conversation I think you and Yvette need to have on y'all's platform on how to have that conversation in a healthy way with children, especially in this sick generation and sick times when we're seeing a lot of this stuff come up. I commend that, bro, for having that conversation early. And if I'm blessed to have kids, but please believe you, Yvette, and my little brother who's raising a newborn, I'm definitely gonna be getting wisdom. But Father Yourself First is available on Amazon.
Everywhere,
right?
Everywhere.
All the bookstores. You even going around the bookstores and signing them.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. And so he signed mine this morning. I bought my copy. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my brother-in-law. And I want to contribute to the family. I haven't read it yet, because I think for me, when I read stuff like this, I get a little emotional, to be honest. Yeah. Because I'm not a father.
You feel like you're missing something.
Exactly. But I'm going to read it, though, because it's my brother. But I would encourage you, if you are a father, if you know a father, this will be a great Christmas gift.
Yeah.
And I would encourage you to get it. And if you're definitely in the California area, Baltimore area, I know he's going around signing some books. So we go to Books A Million and Barnes and Noble. Go in there and see if we can get the book because you may find a signed copy, especially in the California area.
Amen.
And we're going to put a link below to the Zoom call that he does every Saturday, because I think that's important for Black men to get around other Black men, because I'm telling you, man, being a Black man and being a vulnerable Black man is hard in 2025. I had a young lady that we didn't work out because I was vulnerable. Literally told me that. Literally told me. She's like, you're just too vulnerable for me. And I was like, okay. I apologize. And she literally told me that I sound crazy.
Yeah, man.
And so I'm like, okay. And I say that because Uriah said something to me the other day when I was home. It was like, and my dad, he mentioned something around vulnerability and being vulnerable and crying, and it's okay to have tears. And I'm like, we need more Black men, or being taught by other Black men, it is safe to be vulnerable and to have feelings and express your feelings while still also being the man.
And the reason why we need that more is because if you see a Black man just crying in the middle of the street or just out on the sidewalk, some people will call the police. They say something's mentally wrong with them because we haven't seen it enough. And so we need to normalize. We need to normalize Black life, period. But Black men need a safe place to fall apart. And that's what we do on Saturday morning.
You know what? I think we're going to do I'm going to fly you back in for this one. I'll take up the cost. I want to do a conversation with Black men today and really open up the door for ladies, for other men to see Black men. Because it's like, I think we deal a lot when it comes to vulnerability. We have this generation of ladies saying they don't need Black men anymore. Then it's like men are defined by how much they can pay and provide. Then some men just feel, it's just, there's just so much that we deal with that, man, I get nervous dating because I do ask myself what you ask other black men, like, yo, can I be my true, authentic self around you?
Mm-hmm.
Can I be flawed? Do I have to be Superman? Can I just be Clark Kent?
Mm-hmm.
Can I just be Anthony O'Neill, not AO?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, more than often, I don't feel as if I can.
You deserve that.
Right.
You deserve to be 100% of yourself.
I want to.
And whoever you accept should be 100% of herself. Now, sometimes you don't know how much to give when. And sometimes I got to turn myself down so my wife can be herself. Like, it happens.
Good, bro.
But I do believe that there's another conversation we can have. And I feel like we could have plenty of conversations because every time we come here, I run over time.
Yeah.
But let's end it because I know my man got to go.
Hey, you got to go.
Yeah,
he got to go, man. We're praying at the time of this recording. One of Glenn's best friends is who's in a book is unfortunately in a hospital. So we're praying for him and the family. And if there's an update by the time this comes out, we'll make sure to put a plug in for you all. But man, we're praying for
Sydney,
your boy, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Sydney, and it's your family. And if your family is watching, we're praying for all of you all here. So we're way over time, y'all. We're going to put a link to his book inside of the show notes. It is Father Yourself First. It's available on all platforms, all your bookstores. And we're also going to drop that link to where if you just want to go in there and just check out Glenn on a Saturday morning. If you're a black father or want to be a black father, check it out. All right, y'all. God bless you. We'll see you in the next show. Peace out.
Peace.